Well, hey out there, welcome back to the channel. We are still in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains of East Tennessee. And I want to shout out again to the beautiful Jefferson City. It is absolutely beautiful. You guys are so fortunate to live in such a historic area. The history is phenomenal. It is absolutely the prettiest place. I tell you what, I wouldn't mind living there myself. So let's go ahead and get started on this video and see where we're going to end up at. Okay, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back, my old friends, and hello to my new friends. We sure appreciate your kindness and all your nice comments. And like I said at the beginning of the video, we're still in the beautiful Jefferson County area of Tennessee. And today we're going to be at the Skeen Cemetery. Now here's a photo of the cemetery. And the map shows that it's east of Jefferson City. And it's just off of Interstate 81. The first burial that we could find was in 1836. So you know it's going to be an oldie with someone being buried at 1836. And it is a smaller cemetery. There's 26 people here. So let's go ahead and get started and see who we can find. We got Mary E. Caldwell, born on May the 4th of 1931 and died only 2 days later. For the information that we had found that she was born premature, bless her heart. We have Vivia May Caldwell, I hope I said her name right, 1897 to 1904, and this little girl was only 6 years old when she passed away. And in those days, like I've said before, they just didn't have the medicine. Even if they did, when you're back in the country and in the mountain areas, I mean, you didn't see a doctor. They just wasn't around as quickly as you needed them. So that happened a lot. So very, very sad and heartbreaking. We have Sarah Elizabeth Skeen Nolan, 1877 to 1938, and they called her Lizzie. Then we have a child of the Ledford family that was born and had died April the 3rd of 1871. And the child's father was named William S. Ledford, 1850 to 1908. And her mother was Minerva. I said her, I don't know if it was a boy or a girl, but the mother was Minerva Elizabeth Skeen Nolan Ledford, 1843 to 1918. Next we have Catherine White Skeen. Oh, this is an early settler, guys, 1769 to 1855. And her husband, John Skeen, 1764 to 1836, and you'll notice on their headstone there is the word him, H-E-M, and somebody posted on a source that we found on Find a Grave that it was taken from their family Bible and was actually abbreviation for he married, and John was the first person buried in this cemetery. That's the first time I've seen that. Him means he married. That's cool. Then we have Columbus Hale Skeen, 1839 to 1919. Columbus was in the Union Army as a corporal in the Company C of the 1st Tennessee Volunteer Cavalry during the Civil War. Then he also served in Company C of the 4th Tennessee Infantry. And his wife was Martha Logan Corbett Skeen. and she was 1846 to 1935. And here's a photo of Martha and Columbus. Look at that. And now we have Columbus's father, James E. Skeen, 1817 to 1900. James served as a quartermaster sergeant in Company C of the 1st Tennessee Cavalry in the Union Army during the Civil War. So by this, I can tell they was Union men in that family. And we have James's wife, Sarah Cannon Skeen, 1816 to 1881. And this is a picture of the top of her headstone, and obviously it is broken. And like I said before, it would be great if anybody would just go out, if they had extra time on their hands or retired or whatever it may be, that they could go out to these small cemeteries and set up the headstones, fix the headstones that are broken, or even clean them. I mean, that's a thing people's doing now, and that sure is a labor of love. And here's a picture of the bottom of her headstone, and it's just leaning against it. I hate seeing that, and it is time consuming and a lot of work, but I tell you, we need to preserve our history for our children, and especially if these are your ancestors, you really need to pay attention and make sure your grandkids, have something to pass down to them and some history. So next we have John Skeen. He was born June of 1854 and passed away of December that same year. So that little baby was only 6 months old. And we have John A. Skeen, 1821 to 1864, could have been his father. And we have his wife, Mahalie Jane Walker Skeen. That's a pretty name, Mahalie. 1822 to 1899. And they share the same obelisk. Then we have another John Fane Skeen, 1870 to 1889. And another John W. Skeen, 1854 to 1861. And he was only 6 years old when he passed. So, could have been typhoid fever. It could have been, so many numerous things. They just had to doctor with what they could find in the mountains and medicine. And they had they called them granny witches back then. But these older women that would learn the herbs and stuff, they tried their best, but they just didn't have the right type of medicine. Now we have Marcellus Skeen, and we don't have any birth date for him, but he did die in 1872. And we have the parents of Marcella. His name was Marcellus C. Skeen, 1850 to 1923, and Nancy Jane McDonald Skeen, 1845 to 1920. Now is Mary L. Skeen, 1848 to 1861, Moses Skeen, 1851 to 1861, and I'm wondering if they was brother and sister. I mean, you look at the dates, they was just a few years apart, but they died on the same day, so that could have been some kind of flu that come through there. We have another Moses Skeen, and he was born in 1798, and he died in 1885. We have Sarah C. Skeen, 1852 to 1861, and she was only 8 years old when she passed. So sad. We have Susanna Haynes Skeen, 1795 to 1874, and she shares this obelisk with her husband Moses Skeen that we just talked about. And we do have a picture of her original headstone. We also know that Susanna was born in Virginia. And the last person in this cemetery is Taylor Skeen, 1850 to 1861. Not very old. And unfortunately, this is going to finish our look at the Skeen Cemetery in Jefferson County. And like I said before, small cemeteries carry lots of history, so we've got some early settlers here. And you guys get a chance, go back and go look at it. If you can, fix up the stones, clean it up. I sure would appreciate if somebody cleaned up our family cemetery. It looks like a jungle. But anyway, thank you so much for listening to me ramble on and for watching my channel. We do try to find all the history we can on each person in these cemeteries. And if you are an ancestor, or if you guys know of any more around the Jefferson County area, like I said before, beautiful area. And boy, it is loaded with history. So just let me know in the comments, and we appreciate you all watching. So tell your friends, hit and subscribe that button and share and notification bell. We appreciate it, and we'll see you next week with another video. Thanks for watching.